All right, moving on to topic 48, adding and subtracting rational expressions. So we're tasked to evaluate each and simplify, and we are going to leave our answer in factored form. Now remember, just like working with regular rational expressions, or I mean fractions, um, you need to have the same denominator before you can be able to add or subtract. So let's say in number one, we have the denominators 3x, x, and 6x. So we will need to find the LCD. So the LCD for 3x, x, and 6x is going to be 6x. So that means all the denominator will need to be 6x. And how can we be able to achieve that? Let's start. So we have 7 over 3x. To be able to get the denominator to become 6x, we will need to multiply the denominator by 2 and the numerator by 2 as well. So while you do in the denominator will need to be done in the numerator. So what we're doing now is just simply rewrite 7 over 3x in such a way that the denominator becomes 6x. And then working with the numerator, that's going to be 7 times 2 will be 14. So 7 over 3x written in its equivalent form, 14 over 6x. Okay. Now let's have the second fraction. It's 1 over x. What do we need to do so that the denominator will be equal to 6x? We just simply multiply by 6. So you multiply the numerator and denominator by 6. Okay? All right, so 1 times 6 will give us 6, and x times 6 will be 6x. Now, the third fraction remains the same since it's already written in with an LCD of 6x. All right? Okay. So, since we have everything written with the LCD, we can just work with the numerator. So we'll end up having 14 plus 6 minus 5 all over 6x. 14 plus 6 will give us 20. All right. And then we have 20 minus 5, which will be 15 over 6x. Now, can this still be reduced to lowest terms? Yes. So, see how 15 and 6 has a common factor of 3. So, we can divide the numerator and denominator by 3. 15 divided by 3 will be 5. 6x divided by 3 would give us 2x. So 15 over 6x reduced to lowest terms would then be 5 over 2x. And that will be our final answer. Okay. Now let's work with the second problem. We have x over x plus 3 minus 10 over x minus 2. Now, the LCD here would be x plus 3 multiplied by x minus 2. So the first group already has x plus 3. All we needed is x minus 2. Now remember, you need to do it in not only in the denominator but also in the numerator. Okay, and then here we got minus 10 over x minus 2. All we need here is x plus 3. Okay, see how we have the same denominator now. So both are written in LCD. Now we can use the distributive property here. X times x will give us x squared. And then x times negative 2, that will then be negative 2x. All right. Working with the second group, we'll have negative 10 multiplied by x will be negative 10x. And then we have negative 10 multiplied by 3. That will be negative 30. Divided by our LCD, which is x minus 2 times x plus. All right. Now, do you see like terms in here? See how we have negative 2x and minus 10x being like terms. So we can combine these two and end up in x squared minus 12x minus 30 divided by x minus 2 and x plus 3. Well, we were instructed to keep it in factored form. So our denominator is in factored form. So this will be our final answer. Okay. All right. So last problem. We have 6 over x plus 2 plus 5x over x squared minus 4. Now for this one, see how we can be able to rewrite the second denominator using the difference of two squares. So this is x squared minus 4 written in the difference of two squares would be x squared minus 2 squared. All right. Okay. Let's factor out x squared minus 2 squared. That would then be the product of the sum and difference of the two binomials. All right. So the LCD is going to be x plus 2 times x minus 2. Now the first group already has x plus 2. All we needed here is simply x minus 2. Now we do the same thing in our numerator. So what we're doing now is simply multiplying by a factor of 1. X minus 2 divided by x minus 2 is a factor of 1. Okay, so we can now be able to use distributive property to be able to work with the numerator here. So 6 times x will be 6x. And then 6 times -2 will be -12. All right. And then here, remember we have 5x on the second group. So that would then be plus 5x all over the LCD of x plus 2, x minus 2. All right. Now, we can be able to combine like terms in here. See how we have 6x and 5x being like terms. So combining these, 6x plus 5x is 11x. And then we have minus 12 all over x plus 2 times x minus 2. So this will be our final answer, ladies. Okay. All right.